Yo, what's going on, guys? So I have been thinking about it a lot lately, and I think I have some really good tips for like shorter men out there, or even shorter people. Some advice that I've been using out for like all my clothes and how to look like proportionate or just make yourself feel better about yourself. And these 5 tips that I have will hopefully change your game up, switch up your style up, or make you feel a little bit better about clothes that you probably get online. Because this world ain't made for us, man. All these clothes are meant for like people with average height, or sometimes you're stuck between sizes. Sometimes you're between a medium, a large, or like these pants are they don't come any shorter. And hopefully these advice will help you out and to give you a kind of guidance on how to feel better about yourself. And these are the 5 advice I have for you guys. All right, so we're gonna go with tip number 1. And tip number 1 is measurements. So grab your favorite shirt, right? It don't even matter what kind of shirt it is. It could be an Elmo shirt, it could be anything. A shirt that fits right on you, nice and like boxy or anything, figure out the measurements of it. Get a tape, like a ruler or anything, or tape measure. Measure from the pit to the pit, and then the length. So those 2 measurements help out a lot. Those are the key measurements that you kind of have to keep on remembering and knowing, because when you're buying stuff online, sometimes they will add on the measurements from like pit to pit and chest, like from top to bottom. And when you get the measurement from your favorite shirt, you can apply that to you buying clothes online, and especially on Grail. On Grail, they'll have like the measurements from top to bottom and pit to pit. And once you know that, you kind of know what the shirt will kind of fit like, rather than it being going in there willy-nilly and not knowing exactly how it's gonna fit, and you get disappointed. Because I've been through that. I've gotten shirts where I'm like, damn, what the hell is this? Why does it fit disgusting? Why does it fit like a cheerleader crop top? Like, what the hell is this? And figure out your measurements. So figure out the measurements of your pants. Usually they go by length. Obviously you should know what your waist size is, but the length is a little bit tricky because things don't kind of go under 30. So find a pair of pants that fit right with you. If they don't, cuff it up to a measurement that sits right with your shoes and just sit right with your body, and measure the inseam. So measure from like the crotch, your balls, down to like the leg opening, and figure that out. And that helps you out with buying pants in the near future. And I usually get like my jeans or my pants from Amazon, actually, because they go actually under 30 length sometimes. They go from like 28 length and 29 length, and that actually sits really right with my body. So tip number 1 is measurements. Always try to keep your measurements in mind when you're buying clothes. It may be a little tricky to remember them sometimes, but it helps a lot in the long run to figure out your measurements. All right, not your bust size either, but your measurements. Tip number 2. So now that you have tip number 1 in mind, your measurements and all that stuff, it's go to the tailor. So going to the tailor helps out a lot. Like, I'm telling you how many times I actually went to the tailor and it turned out magical. It turned out beautiful, because since you know the measurements, imagine if you got a shirt online, right? And it's a little bit too long and you want to shorten that up. So figure out like the measurements of that shirt and compare it to the other shirt. From my experience, the tailor I went to, they go from like bottom to top. So don't go to the tailor asking for like, oh, let me get 27 inches on this shirt. They're gonna be like, what the hell are you talking about? That's like, I feel like that's like vintage talk to talk about the length like that. But say like, oh, I want 1 or 2 inches off the bottom of this shirt, and they'll be like, oh, okay, I can do that. Or if you don't know that, you can go inside. They have a mirror right there for you to look at and see what kind of measurement you want, and they'll put a pin through it and chop it up right there. So don't be afraid to go to the tailor. All right, that helps out a lot. It proportions everything. It kind of gives you, because these shirts, man, I'm telling you, these shirts, they come super long sometimes, because like in the whole trend of being baggy, it doesn't fit right with my body, and it probably won't fit right with yours too either. So try to get it chopped up, try to get to the tailor. Usually it costs about 10 to 20 bucks depending on the tailor you go to, and they do a pretty good job. Like, they do a really good job. I have a couple crop shirts not crop shirts, but a couple tailor shirts that I have in my rotation constantly, because when I had them before, they were so damn large. Like, I was like, dude, I can't wear these are dope shirts, but I can't wear these. So you go to the tailor and now you can wear them. They feel a lot better, and you can just get the maximum out of them, the maximum. So go to the Wiz Khalifa, go to the Tailor gang, and your life would change. I'm telling you, believe me, trust me. So now the likes of the problem with pants. So you can do these with pants too. You can also I usually do them with new pants that I get in, not like used pants, because sometimes with the used pants they get like fraying on the bottom, and it's hard for them to keep that same bottom right there, so without it looking kind of weird on your pants. So with your brand new pants, imagine if you liked one but they didn't come with like a shorter size, go to the tailor, ask for like 1 or 2 inches top. Sometimes you can get a taper too that costs a little bit extra, so if you wanted something a little bit more taper, you can do that as well. So don't forget about the tailor, right? I know I was kind of scared to go into them too. I was like, dude, I'm being so extra. I'm being too extra right now, and it's okay to be extra. It's your clothes you paid for, right? And it's their job to make those clothes fit better on you, and they're specially trained for that, So being extra is okay. Being extra is okay. Like when I went to this new tailor I went to, she was like, look at this dude with all this extra. He got precise measurements. Yes, I do. I spent a lot of money on these shirts. I want them exact. And for it to be exact, you got to know your measurements. Okay, be extra. Don't give them a hard time, but you should be going in knowing what you're talking about and be like, I want exactly 1 or 2 inches. Not like going in there and being like, about this much, because sometimes it doesn't turn out okay. You'll just be like this much. You kind of want all your shirts to be the same size you like. Okay, so tip number 2 is go to the tailor. Don't be afraid. Give them a call. Go in the store. Chop it up. Usually like they're nice old ladies, and yeah, that's how you get more proportioned shirts. All right. Heading on to tip number 3, and tip number 3 is proportions. So I know proportions is talked about a lot for like shorter guys, but it's very important. It's very, very important. Okay, so I know the whole trend is baggy everything, right? You want the baggy shirt and you want the baggy pants, like you're Lil Wayne or something. And I feel like that only works for like 2 types of people: tall guys and just women in general, right? Like it works for them. But for you look like you got your hand-me-downs from your brother, right? It just doesn't. You look like a little kid, and it's hard because you walk that fine line of either looking a little kid or looking like an adult, and that's hard, bro. I experienced that. I know what that is, and sometimes you just got to give that up, all right? Or you can work your way around it. So with proportions, if you want to wear baggy pants, I like to wear a more fitting shirt, right? A little bit more fitting shirt. It kind of proportions a little bit. Not too long of a shirt either, but it helps with the proportions, right? So either if you like a baggier look, what I like to tend to do is I like to tuck it in. Tucking it in is a very clean look in my opinion, very underrated, but it just looks really good. Trust me when you tuck in to your pants and loosen it up a little bit, it looks really good. Trust the process. I've been through it, man. I've been through the struggle. So yeah, obviously proportions is everything. Like I said, baggy pants, a little bit more fitting shirt. If you want more of like a baggier shirt, you can tuck it in. So those are 2 kind of advice catering to like the proportions that I can give you for you. And heading on to tip number 4. Tip number 4, I've been doing this a lot. I've been doing this for a decent amount actually. And you get all these pants, right? You get all these pants and they don't go under the size of a 30 length. And the sweet spot for me is a 28 length. Or if you're a little bit taller, you can be a 29. And a lot of places don't do that. A lot of places will not give you that option, and you have to kind of stick with a 30 length, right? It doesn't look that right because it's all stacked at the bottom. So what you can do is you can either go to the tailor, or you can do this method right here. If you have a pair of pants that you bought like used or anything, or something that you don't want to go to the tailor, here's a little tip. What you do is you roll at the bottom, right? You roll it inwards, and then you leave a little flap, and you flap that over. It gives you, obviously it's not the look of it, you get the look of it being flapped, but it looks really clean still. It looks really clean. Obviously you'll run into trouble when you take them off and you try to put them back in. You have to redo them all over again. But there's an advice for you, rather than if you don't want to go to the tailor and you want pants to look a little bit better on you, especially if you buy it like on Grailed, or like obviously the proportions aren't right. So there's my advice for you. Instead of, being okay with those pants that are super baggy at the bottom, making you look like Goku from Dragon Ball Z, you can do this little trick that I been having with me for years. I think I found off like a YouTube video, and I've been doing it for a long time. I don't do it with like jeans and stuff because I don't like the folded look, but I don't see that tip talked about a lot. Maybe I don't go on YouTube a lot, but yeah, that's a tip I give for you guys. If you want pants a little bit more fitting that sit on your shoes, right? You know what I'm talking about, a little crisp on your shoes, just kissing it a little bit. Do this method, it'll help a lot. Obviously, like I said, the problem lies when you have to take them off and put them back on again. But this saves you the long run. You don't have to go to the tailor, and it gives you a more fitted look. All right, tip number 5. This is the final tip. This is the most cliche tip, I know, but that is confidence. So confidence plays a big part. And if you want to look good in the clothes, use the advice I give you, and that will give you some confidence, because you look a little bit more proportionate. You look better in your clothes, and I feel like that should give you, your higher oxygen. What the hell is it called again? Whatever. It makes you a lot more happy about yourself. Okay, you look in the mirror, you're like, damn, who's this guy? Who's this fine feller? Right? Who's this spiffy guy right here? Right? So confidence helps a lot. I'm not gonna give you that advice like, oh, you know what? Appear taller by wearing some Air Force One, wearing some Sacai's, because what if you don't want to wear those? I mean, they're good shoes, but like, you don't want that all to be your whole wardrobe, right? You want to wear the Dunks. You want to wear like some slides or something, or some Birkenstocks. You can. You just gotta have the confidence in them, right? You just gotta be like, I'll wear this. I'm okay with my height, but shit, I can rock, man. I'm a real stylish guy, right? So be the confidence. Confidence helps out on all of this. It kind of rounds it everything together, because you can't be walking around. Okay, just get some confidence, man. Get some confidence, and that will help you out with all the advice I give you. So hope you guys like all this 5 advice I had. I woke up this morning, I was like, dude, I got a pretty dope video to do for the shorter men out there, because I struggle. I've been struggling my whole life, trying to figure out what I could do for myself to kind of even the playing field, I guess you could say. And it's a hard world out there. These things aren't made for you, man. All these shirts, either too large, too long. These pants, they're too long, and it's like you gotta work your way around it. Obviously you gotta pay a little extra with like the tailoring and stuff, but dude, get the clothes that you want to get. All right, get the right fitment and stuff, and it helps out a lot. Trust me, it helps out a lot. A lot of people are always gonna compliment you like, damn, he can dress. Some call him rash because he be dressing, right? So hopefully this 5 advice you can use to carry on with your life, or just from the time being. And yeah, these are the advice I have. I feel like I thought about these advice a lot, and it's like it opened my eyes. Like, damn, these are really good advice. I gotta tell you guys. I gotta tell people about these things that have been helping me out, and I'll pass it on to you. I'll pass it on right to you. All right. Hope you guys liked the video. Make sure you guys subscribe, like the video. I'll be posting a lot more. Let me know what you guys want. You guys want vlogs, or want me to do more topics or anything? So, all right. Peace.